first, skin prep. I'm going to take my toner. This is by Beekman, but you can also use Peach and Lily, Bumble, whatever you like. Let that toning mist sink in. Don't mind the tape, that's just to cover my nose ring so no makeup gets on it. Okay, let it sink in and hydrate. Okay. Next, we're gonna go in with our barrier serum. This is by Olin Hendrickson. Again, there's many different kinds. This is just pure vitamin C. I'm allergic to a lot of stuff, so I work within what works for me. But if you're allergic to oranges, don't use this one. There's many other ones you can shop for. Also, depending on your price point. Yeah. So do your skin prep, avoid your eyebrows like I did. Okay. Now, before anything else, we are going to take my new Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, and we are going to do a, this is a pressed powder. We're going to do a, my eyebrows before skincare seeps into them. We are going to press and sweep. This is translucent. So if you want a tinted one, there's tinted options out there. But yeah, I like translucent. It's just to keep my eyebrows on longer. So that being done, we are going to do that step. And then we're going to take my Benefit brow wax, sorry. And do my brows. Upwards, outwards. I do this because it helps me see better on my right eye. This scrunchy thing because it helps me, and I have not so good vision in my right eye. So that being said, hi, this is not a dating channel, so please, no. And T, whatever your name is, yeah, don't be rude. That's not welcome here. So, thank you. I'm not here for drama. I'm here to grow this channel into a business of content creating and teaching tips, tricks, makeup. So if you're here to bully, please go away. Thank you. I'm not here for drama. Anyways, back to my loyal followers. Yeah, let's continue. So now that my eyebrows are up and out of the way, hi, No guys, no dating, no none of that. I don't want any personal questions on this channel. This is a business channel, okay? So, Caesar, not welcome. I know your ammo, and I'm not gonna get you to let me be upset, okay? Bye-bye now. Hi, Ash. Again, back to skincare. Take my vitamin C serum, which is next up on my list. I said hi, Ash. Sorry, Asha. I'm not really one to focus on details when I am doing my content, but feel free to watch. Sorry if I gave you a nickname. Jeez. Don't bite my head off for it. Yeah, sorry. Okay, anyways, back to the content. So, now that I used my Drunk Elephant vitamin C serum, we are going to go in with my Drunk Elephant moisturizer. Jason, what did I just say previously if you were watching this video? Okay, that's you, Jason. I use retinol, but I do mine at night, okay? You don't have to be such a smartass. And I take and use a lot of vitamins too. So, Jason, you are unwelcome. That is rude. That is rude. Rudeness, impoliteness, unprofessionalism is not welcome on my channel. Go away. Right now, go away. I don't tolerate that from anybody, not even people I grew up with, okay? So, if you're gonna be rude, get out of here. I have no tolerance and time to waste for people like you, Jason. And just because I use my retinol at night doesn't mean I don't use retinol. So shut up. I'm only going to tell you this once and once only. Not that any of you need to know this, but just in case you're curious, all I'm going to say on this is I'm a first-generation American. I am of mixed heritage, with half of it being feisty European. So my temperament and my tolerance for no nonsense is definitely paramount. And also, in case you were wondering, I may have lived in California all my life, but I started walking and talking in the East Coast. I left when I was almost 3 years old. So that is why my voice does not come off stereotypical standard California. And my temperament also comes a little from that too. So if you're gonna bully me, think again. No, Nanette, you don't know what's going on. Jason was bullying me, okay? So I'm defending myself. Because he called me stupid. And I'm not gonna tolerate people calling me stupid. So if that's your MO, Nanette, you can join Jason and disappear. Okay, I'm gonna let my skincare sink in. Before I do anything, I'm gonna go with my pore perfecting. Spray. So by all means, if you want to join idiots like Jason, get off my channel. I have no time for immaturity, etc. Okay, let that sink in for a little bit before we go in with our primer. But before we do all of that, we are going to do our eyes. Because I like to do my eyes first, but you can do it which way you like. I just prefer to do my eyes first because it saves me time. Okay, take my eye brushes, which, yes, there are 4 brushes. Okay? And I do not tolerate idiots. Okay, let me break it down for you guys. I don't even tolerate idiots in my everyday life. Why would I tolerate them on my channel? Okay? So if you're gonna be one, get lost. Straight up get lost. I want nothing to do with you. We're gonna take this concealer and carve out under my brows. Why? Because I like a sharp, detailed, clean brow. Okay. Now, that being said, we're going to take this brush, yes, number 5. We're going to take and then use this as a primer / eyeshadow base. This is by MAC. This is in the color Painterly. It is a tinted base for eyeshadow. Or you can use this as an eyeshadow by itself. Just depends on how minimalistic you are. Okay. That being said, we are going to then take our eyeshadows, mixing these two palettes by Charlotte Tilbury, okay? And the reason for that is we're gonna do a one and done eyeshadow look. But I want more of a brown / pinkish look. So that is why we're doing, it's gonna look one and done, but it's gonna be a mix of these. Because I want the shimmer from the Exaggerize to pop my small eyes out. But the goal is to look like one and done. So that's why. So we are gonna take this brush, okay? We're gonna take these colors, and then this for the shimmers, and the mix of some pink, because I want some pink in my under eye, in my eyes. And we are going to press, press, press is best on both lids, and then over the river and through the hood. Just like that. Now, because I like my eyeshadow a little more smoky, we're gonna take this and we're gonna deepen it a little bit just on the bottom part, and then go up. See? And then we're gonna take this brush and we are going to lightly diffuse. And where it's over the river and through the hood, we're gonna go just a little bit up here because I have a scar and I want to hide it. So we're just gonna lightly apply a little bit of pressure there. And then we are gonna take my finger. See this right here? I'm gonna mix these 3 shimmers and pop it inside. just on the inner part, just to open my eye, basically, if you will. And give it a little dimension, but keep it very natural. Then go a little above and make it a little more smoke. Just to cut me a new crease, because I have very hooded almond eyes. So that's why I do it this way. But if you have a different eye shape, skip this step. Don't cut your crease. Skip that. Unless you like the cut crease look, but you really don't have to. Now, take my powder brush, use this for my all over face highlight. Before I spot conceal or anything. Just to give my skin a natural photo finished airbrushed effect. Okay. And then press it in. Okay. We are going to take our corrector, which is new by Huda Beauty. We're going to let that sit. Then we're going to spot conceal. With Chantilly Lace by NARS before we put our primer on. This is a technique that I like to do because it saves me time. Take this, clean out my nose a little bit because you don't want your allergies going haywire. Just like I don't. So okay. Okay. Now that that is out of the way, we are going to prime our face. And then we're going to continue. Okay. Hi. Sorry, I'm very, very concentrated. I have a very long day today, so I'm very concentrated right now. Okay? So, that being said, we're going to take our setting powder by Huda Beauty again, open it up, and then apply our primers. Which we're going to hybrid because I have combo skin, so yeah. Take this, press it in all over where we applied our corrector, etc. Okay. And then we are going to take a little bit of the One Size primer, which is an easy blur. We're going to take a little bit of my She Glam primer, which is a hydrator, and mix and match, highs and lows. Okay, let that get tacky for a little bit. And then go in and do the rest of our face. For a few seconds, we're then going to take a mixing palette. Natasha Denona today. We're doing it natural, but a little full coverage, because that's my vibe today. Anyways. Okay, a pump and a half. Actually, pump and 3/4, but 2/4, but yeah. So that is my vibe. No more, no less. Okay. We are going to mix and prime the brush. Evenly coat the bristles. I like to start around my nose. Sometimes, especially now because it's one of the hardest areas to do and I'm not like rushing, so. Whenever I'm in a rush, I start there because I need the most coverage around that area. As you can see, I'm barely tapping, barely buffing, etc. or using any pressure on this brush. It's one of those brushes that does the work for you. And you tap and bounce, tap and bounce. And then I'm going to take my sponge and lightly make sure it's okay. Okay. We are going to close my foundation up. We are going to do contour next. Take my Rare Beauty contour. Apply it to an area of my palette. Contour brush by Morphe. Disperse evenly and prime in. Pinch and do my nose first, because I like to do my nose first, because it takes me longer. And I'm gonna heavily contour because I want my cheeks to really stand out because we're going super natural, but yeah. And it doesn't matter because we're gonna clean it up anyway. Take a little bit and contour the rest of my forehead and up into my hairline with the rest of this little bit. And then easy peasy. Take my leftover foundation brush with whatever's left on the brush. Finesse it. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to do our blush. We are going to test out my new blush by Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Watermelon Pop. That's why I wanted a little bit more of a contour so that it would make it really stand out and be a little more natural. This is one dip. On both sides. Remember, one dip. No more, no less. Take my blush brush by Sephora. It's giving pigment. It's really giving pigment, like a sun-kissed vibe, which I'm loving. Okay. Foundation brush again. Sorry, hi. This is like a summertime color, which I'm loving, by the way. Perfect for summer. Or for the upcoming spring season. Okay. And then we are going to take where in the mother, sorry. That's an inappropriate question. I have the right not to answer it. Thank you. But I will say I am an adult. Why do you care how old I am? It's none of your business. Thank you. I'm going to take my concealer, mix it on my palette. Apply strategically. Now I like a little more full coverage, so I am going to let this sit for a little bit. Okay. pick up my concealer brush and wait till it hits the 40-second mark. Hi. Now, time to blend it out. Lightly tap. To blend. Then I'm going to just take a little bit more of my contour, left over on the brush only. Pop it into my blush. And meld the two. Take my sponge, press away any creases. Okay, I guess. My sexuality has nothing to do with this channel, but to answer your question, this should. Thank you. And that was very rude. Shut up. Okay. That should answer my question, your question, if you're asking about my sexuality. Okay? So, please go away. Thank you. And then we are going to take our concealer brush. We're going to dip into the back, which is for powder setting. And we are going to set our under eyes. You already got your question, Shadow. I showed you my tattoo, which answers your question. So no more asking about my sexuality. Thank you. That is not your call, Shadow. You don't get to tell me what I can and cannot do with my body. Okay? That is not your call. And this is not about politics. And I'm not going to be discreet about it because I am out and I'm proud. So, yeah. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. Okay? There's no saying that you have to be here to belittle me just because I'm different. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be homophobic. You don't have to be disrespectful. I do not tolerate that in my everyday life. Why would I tolerate it on my channel? Remember that. I keep saying that. I have piercings. I have tattoos. Who cares? This is not the Stone Age, okay? And I'm not going to tolerate it. Not even from my own flesh and blood will I tolerate it. This shadow person is telling me to hide my sexuality, hide my spirituality beliefs and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been getting a lot of hatred lately. And today I was just doing my content, minding my own business, and people decide to pop in and berate me, belittle me, disrespect me, and think they can get away with it. Like I said earlier in this video, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. You do not challenge me if you want to live. Because I can sue you all for slander just with your YouTube IDs, and I could report you for harassment and homophobia. So, don't try me. I'm just saying, don't try me. I'm not one you want to cross. The best powder milk spray ever is by One Size. Okay. And that being said, we are going to just take this brush and go over again with a little bit of dark eyeshadow before it sinks in. No, Shadow, what I said was you kept asking the same question and telling me to hide my being out and proud about myself. That's what I said, okay? So you have no right to tell me what I can do with my body and to hide my sexual preferences or my sexuality or anything from the world these days. That's what I said, basically. And if you're gonna laugh at me, I'm gonna have you kicked off. tell you that right now. Laugh at me because I'm different, and I'll have you sued for harassment. Okay? Don't try me. Hi, Julia. No, I'm not blind. I just open my eyes because my eyes are tiny and like, yeah. I usually purchase directly from the websites. So like this, I get it at One Size website. This I got off of Ulta.com. Same as this one. Sorry, I was trying to show you and I got knocked off for a second there. Yeah. Lord, get off here and stop telling me what content to make. That is disrespectful. Okay? I respect myself more than the rest of you respect people. So go to hell, never show up again, because if you do, I will report you for slander and disrespect and harassment. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate the backup and support. Now I am going to take this small powder brush, powder my T-zone again, because yes, I wear glasses and my T-zone is a nightmare when you wear glasses. Just saying. And wherever I get super oily. Thank you, Dylan. Then I'm going to take this brush and press everything in place. No, but my church meets on Zoom, and I always do my content Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Thanks for the compliment, Diego. Okay, and that is all she wrote. I'm just also gonna take the leftover of the concealer foundation on my palette, just mix it. And apply strategically to like the spots that I have coming out, because I do have acne scars and breakouts. Yes, I get adult acne. It's a pain in the butt. Okay. Take my Easy Bake powder, which I just got in the mail. Excuse you? That is very personal. And not that it's any of your business, but I've never been married before in my life. If you're not going to keep it friendly, you're not going to keep it civil, you're not going to keep it mature, respectful, get off my channel now. I'm in the USA, Gabriel. That's all you're going to get. So to all you disrespectful idiots and bitches, out of here. Not welcome ever again. If I see you on here again, I will report you. Okay? Bye now. And thank you for all of you supporters and all of you that did not cause me harm, did not cause me drama, any anxiety, and who had my back tonight.